to turn the service over to our pastor, Sister Rose. Please welcome her as she comes.
Isn't the Lord good? It's good to be here. It's a blessing to be in the house of God anytime. David said, I was glad when they said unto me, let's go. Where are you going? You know, you can say let's go, but where are you going? Going to the house of God. We're so happy for all of you that are here this morning. I hope this morning the message will reach out to you and touch your heart, your mind, and your spirit. Let you take a look at where you are. And what do you really want from God? You know, we can talk about that all day long, but what do you really want? And what are you willing to pay for to get it? You got to pay for this. I'm coming from Genesis, the 32nd chapter. Father, we're grateful this morning for your blessings, for all that you've done. Thank you for being mindful of us, for loving us, for reaching out, touching my spirit, making the difference in my life. Thank you for salvation. Had it not been, we wouldn't be here today. Thank you, God, for everything you've ever done. You've been nothing but good to all of us. I pray for the anointing upon thy servant. I pray that you might be glorified, and we'll give you glory and honor in Jesus' name. Amen and amen. Yes. The 22nd verse says, he rose up that night, talking about Jacob, and took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them and sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. He said, I will not let thee go except thou bless me. I want to preach a little while this morning. If you want something from God, well, how far are you willing to go to get it? Now, Jacob said, I need a blessing. When the angel said, so when it said wrestle with a man, this was an angel. And he said, I can't let you go, not until you bless me. And I thought about that this morning, and I thought, how many really want something, but you don't want it bad enough? You got to want it bad enough. So what happens, we have people saying, well, I want to come to God. I want to give my life to God. I really want to be a good Christian. I want to do all the things I need to do. But at the end of the day, you're not willing to pay that price. It's shown by what you do and how you carry yourself and all these things. That shows where you are. So I can talk about going downtown all day long, but it ain't going to happen until I get up and do it. There's a process in that. So I got to go out and get in the car and start it up and then drive through the red lights and what have you to get there, and then I get downtown. So I say to every person this morning, for sure, every person in this building has some place you would like to go or like to be. And I would like to be able to be this person that is a blessing to people and help and being a blessing to the kingdom. And I want to be the person that can help win souls for God. It is a price tag. We said, well, salvation is free. Yeah, he paid for that. But for you to get all the other things that go along with it, it's a price tag for it. Let me tell you, Jacob was scared to go home because he and his brother had some issues, and he had his brother sold him his birthright, and all these things happened. And so now he's getting ready to return home. He hasn't seen his brother since he did all this stuff to him. So now he's saying to God, I need some help. So he wrestled with the angel. But check this out. He got rid of his family, his kids, and everybody, and sent them on their way. But it said, and then he was left alone. He was left alone, so what do? I have a prayer meeting. What do you do when if somebody leaves you alone? You watch soap operas? You turn the TV? Or when you're left alone, that requires me to do something. Not just sit here. You're thinking about something. You're doing something. And so when I thought about that, I thought one thing is not comfortable to man, and that is to be alone. Now God put Adam and Eve in the garden and said, I'm gonna make Eve his wife, and because it's not good that man should be alone. But I'm not talking about the natural now. I'm talking about spiritual. So spiritually, what's gonna take place now? I know where I'm on my way. Jacob know I'm on my way home. I can't really guarantee you that my brother is going to be fair to me or nice to me. He don't owe me that. But in the meantime, he just took that night and he said, the angel came, and when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh. Now, to touch the hollow of his thigh means to put his hip out of joint. If you've never had a hip out of joint, you can imagine that pain. That didn't stop him. He continued to go after with everything within him, in spite of the fact that my leg is killing me. You know what a lot of people do? I just couldn't do it. Girl, I got a cramp in my back, a cramp in my leg, and I just had to let go. You don't really want something from God. If pain can stop you, you're not going to get it. If the least little thing that go wrong, you're not going to get it. Because if you throw in the towel, I'm working on a message called hindrances. And how is it that some people believe that if a hindrance get in the way, well, I was going to do it, but I was hindered. No. I fight that. I keep going through it and say, I'm going to get through this no matter what. So I've never been a person that is going to give in easy. I'm always going to fight the good fight. I'm always going to give it everything I got. I was that way before I got saved. After I got saved, I became even more about that. And my strength to fight the enemy, the enemy of your soul, who wants to really stop you from moving or being in place. He wants to destroy you. If you know somebody's trying to kill you, or you're just going to stop dead in your tracks and say, well, he said he's going to kill me. Well, I'm going to do everything I can for him not to. So somebody gets to chasing you with a gun, or you just going to sit there and say, well, go ahead, blow my brains out. Oh, no. If you can get away, you're going to get away. Because I don't want myself in a position where I can't come out as a winner. It's not good enough to go to war and many things are said about you, but you're dead. I want to go to war if you're going to say good things about me and present the Purple Heart to me or whatever the other medals of honor from the military. I want to be alive. I want to be able to say, thank you, sir. I want to say, that's good. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm being awarded, but I'm dead. I know nothing about it. So we give it to the family. That's all well and good, but I'd like to be here to get my own award. So listen to this. The apostles went through a lot of suffering. The Bible, almost all the New Testament for the most part, was in place because of the apostles. And we read it today, and it blesses us, and it strengthens us, does all these good things for us. But by the same token, somebody had to pay the price to get this. For us to have this Bible today, everybody somewhere went through something to be able for us to have this. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a Bible. There's a Bible that talks about God. It talks about all the people who trusted him and the things they went through and what have you. So if without somebody paying the price, you and I wouldn't be here this morning. See? This is a life of self-denial, and that's the biggest thing that people do not want to do is deny myself. I want everything the way I want it, and I don't want to deny myself nothing. That's not what it's about. It's about I'll give up anything I have to when you really want it. So he said, if a man come after me, first let him deny himself. Take up his cross and follow me. Let him deny himself. Let him say no to the things that you would like to do. There's some things you probably could have done this morning before you came to church. You had to make a decision either to leave those things and come to church or continue to deal with it and don't be here at all. Think about it. So I had to make a decision. I'm either going to church this morning or I'm not going to church. So if I'm going to church, I'm going to have to do some things. I put some things on hold. I can start my pot roast. I can start this. I can do that. But if I'm going to get to church, I'm going to have to leave something. The same way it is if you come to God. If you come to God and you want to serve him, you got to leave something. You can't take everything with you that's back there. It won't work. There's people that you with now, they don't want to follow you. You say, I want to go to heaven when I die. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but everybody ain't going. So you say, I'm going to church and get my life right. There'll always be somebody there to say, well, why are you going to church? Isn't that boring? Said, not the one I go to. Yours is probably boring. Yes. A life of dedication, a life of commitment to whatever the word says I'm to do as a Christian. I'm willing to do that because I have a divine purpose for being here. I have a divine purpose that has said this is what I'm supposed to do. I got to do this. I was called to preach. I never would have dreamed I would be called to preach in 100 million years. That just wasn't, no. I can't talk in front of people. God must be got things off because like when he wanted to send Moses down to Pharaoh, he said, God, I can't go down to Pharaoh. You know what? I'm a stutterer. I'm slow of speech. No doubt Pharaoh will laugh at me. Because if you're going to go before the king, you want to be able to say what you got to say and not spend your time saying, well, I can't. The Lord said, let. He wants you to let his people go. You know what the king's going to say? You come up there standing in front, take this man out of here. What are you here? What are you talking about? The man can't even talk. Get him out. I felt the same way. Moses was so concerned about it. He said, can I have a spokesman? What about Aaron? God said, I made your mouth. I can fix that. And Moses said, but I've been like this a long time. I said, we thinking we've been in a situation for a long time. God can't fix that. This has been going on all my life. It doesn't matter. He said, can I let Aaron do the talking? God gave over to him to do it. That really wasn't what he would like to do. I'd like for you to trust me, Moses, but since you're not, y'all give you Aaron. You go down to Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go. So it's not about what you are capable of doing in yourself, but it is about what God can help me get done. But I've got to surrender to him. He can't do the work if you don't surrender. He can't get nothing done if you're over here doing your thing and he's saying, come over here, I got something for you. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to help you to do it. There's not a person in this building this morning that wanted to come to God that he wouldn't say, I'll help you. I'll give you the strength to do it. It may seem difficult, it may seem hard, but I'll help you. And I'm telling you, he helped you. He helped me, a shy girl, couldn't talk to many people, no more than one or two at a time, uncomfortable, fearful of myself. I just don't think I can do it. He made the difference. If you look at this girl this morning that's in this pulpit and the girl that was before the pulpit, you would have said, she's not going to be a preacher. Are you kidding me? I was mean as a yard dog. God was going to have to fix all that stuff because I was messed up. So I'm going to fix you, Rose, and I'm going to send you there. I come to the projects of St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm going to bring you out, and I'm going to let you go and take my message to people. Didn't have a clue. When people kept saying, well, you got a call in your life, I kept saying, no, I don't. See? But a life of self-denial simply means I got to be set apart from a lot of things. Why? Because God is going to use me. When I was in Oklahoma, I went to a meeting one night at a church, and this girl, I knew her. She was from our church in St. Louis, and her mother and my mother were very good friends, and she was there running a meeting. I coveted her gift. It was the most beautiful thing I ever seen. God using this woman like that. It made you look at it and say, boy, I would like to be like that. So I got in her prayer line. A lot of people were in the line to be prayed for, and I got in the line to be prayed for. And she stopped when she got to me. That always scares the crap out of me. And she stopped for the moment. She said, you know what? God's going to use you in his service. And she said to me, it's going to mean a lot of fasting and prayer for you. She said, but he's going to use you. That's good. Fasting was that word right there, that means suffering. That means not eating every time you want to eat. I can't tell you the times in the ministry that I had 7 children and a husband, and oftentimes I was fixing dinner for my family and I could not eat it myself. Sometimes I'd be 12, 14 days into a fast, without eating anything. But I had to cook for my family. I did that knowing that this is not the time that I can join the family. This is the time that I give to God, because whatever is coming down the pipe and I don't know, I must be prepared for it. It was not a bad situation. You know what we got to do? We got to become accustomed to surrendering to God. We're so busy doing our own thing. We got to get it, and let it become habitual with you that this is what I do every day. This is my life. I don't do anything else. This is it. So when I go through that, I'm realizing a lot is required of me. To whom much is given, much is required. That I must do what I need to do. Every person in this building needs God time. You can have time for everything else in your life. Going to the movies, going here, going there, going on a picnic, a drive out in the afternoon, going swimming, or whatever. But every individual needs God time. That's the time that I get alone with God, me and God, talking together, worshiping Him, surrendering my life to Him. God time. And you can't have God time and be doing a whole bunch of other things. God times mean I must come alone. I must be by myself. I can't have nobody with me right now. Every person that is married should have a mate that says, if you got to spend time with God, I respect that. How long are you going to be, honey? I plan to be an hour, could be a little longer, whatever. You need this. You cannot make it in your life without it. I could not come to this pulpit this morning and preach a message to you if I didn't have God time. I got to find out what to preach, because I don't know what you need this morning, but God knows what you need. Yes. You got to understand. What are you willing to do? You say, I'd like to be like you. Really? Can you drink of the cup that I drink of? Can you go through what I go through? Are you willing to pay that kind of price? You see this here. But the price is being paid behind the scenes that nobody sees. But by the time you get to the pulpit, because you spent that time with God, now it makes a difference. When you come, the power of God is with you, and it begins to talk to the hearts of men and women and boys and girls about where you're at. But I must have that time. The angel said, you got to let me go, boy. I mean, it's almost daylight. No. He wrestled all night long. How long are you willing to wrestle to get what you want? How many times are you willing to fast and pray until God gives you the desire of your heart and change your life and turn it around and make you what He wants you to be? What are you willing to do? Well, Sister Rose, I'll do anything. You know the people that never make it, the people that I've met, when they say, I say, you want to be saved? Okay, this is what you got to do. They say, you got to do all that. You don't want it. You don't want it. We've gone to the store sometime in the past. Maybe you're shopping to buy something. And I've heard this from my girls probably more than myself. Say, oh, that's pretty. Well, did you see that, Mama? No, I didn't see that. Go over and look at that. And then they turn over the price tag and they say, they must be a fool. Whether you think they're a fool or not, the bottom line is you either pay the price. They're not coming down because you say they're a fool and change the price. If you want the dress, you pay the price for it. But I heard that's insane. And there are some insane things out there. But you're just getting hyper about it. Either you want it or you don't. See? So what do? I'm not getting ready to go in there and tell the boss, sir, come out here. I'd like to have this dress. Can you do something with this price? Now, you might that might happen in New York, California. When we went to, was it California or New York? California. And me and my oldest daughter was walking down the street and looking at things. This man came up to us, and he had his coat on. He opened it up, opened his coat back like this, and watches were hanging on all down the coat. He said, "Which one you want?" And Nisa got scared and said, "Mama, what is he coming up to us trying to sell us watches?" All the watches hanging on the inside. He just walking down. If you want one, hey, here's the price for it. Because we didn't buy any, and we moved on. But she looked so frightened by it. It was out of her comfort zone. She's not used to that kind of stuff. She used to going in the store and buying something. Not somebody walked down the street with a whole case of watches hung on the inside of their coat. You know what? That's exactly what happens to people. You walk up to them and say, "You want to be saved? This is what you got to do." Are you kidding me? How much does it cost? It's going to cost you your life. You say, "Well, I'm not taking nothing up." Well, you're going to hell anyway. You might as well say, "Look, you know what? I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to have that. Whatever it takes." When I meet a person that says, "I want to be saved," and they come in the prayer line, and I say, "You know, you got to give up your all the things that you once done if you're going to be a Christian." I don't mind, Sister Rose. That's a person that's going to get saved. The person that said, "Well, I don't know if I can do all that." You don't want to be saved. Heaven and hell, there's two places. And each one of us is going to one place or the other. I meant to have that book up here this morning. Do we have books out there this morning? Okay. Bring me one, please. I read this book by a woman named Mary Kay Baxter. She just died last year. God showed her a vision of hell. He also showed a vision of heaven. But, you know, for the most part, people not going to worry about, you know, if we never saw something about heaven, we know it's a good place to go to. But what we did, we ran off these, instead of buying all the books, we took it and we ran them off on here. You need to get this. Every person that's here this morning, if somebody told you they're in a hell, you need to get this. I don't want to go to that place. And you know what? Since it's my choice, I'm not going to. But on your way out this morning, take this. Don't stop reading it until you read the whole thing. It will change the way you think. It will change your life. The things that she saw in hell that we try to play off and treat it like it's not a big deal, oh, it's a big deal. When you see that suffering and agony and people crying and begging God for another chance and how they're in the fire burning and all this, and some of them in different pits in hell, it's a book you would want to read, believe me. And you probably say, "I ain't reading nothing gonna scare me." Better you read it now and be scared enough that I say I better turn my life over to God than not. This is bad stuff here. And they're free. You don't even have to pay for it. Just pick it up. And then they take it home and say, "I didn't read it." And she talked about this. I don't want to read that. I read it. There is no book I read more than I read the Bible. And I got this book, and I started reading it, and I couldn't hardly put it down. I was shocked at the things that God let her see. And he told her, he said, "Be sure that you get as many of these books out as you can, because a lot of people are going to turn their life around once they read it." And it's true. Tashana's one of them. Every time I talk to Tashana, "Well, Sister Rose, how can I know I can do that?" "Well, you know, Sister Rose, I don't understand. I this, not that." I said, "Read this book, Tashana." We called Tashana again. She said, "My eyes are wide open, Sister Rose. I can see good." At first she understood nothing. I said, all of a sudden she understood everything. See? Because I thought, Tashana, you don't want to get saved. You keep making these excuses. That's what a lot of people do. They make excuses. But you know what? Then to spend eternity in a devil's hell. Eternity. We can't even relate to that. You know why we can't? Because nothing in this life is eternal. Everything has an end. There's no end there. People tormented to death, crying, begging God, "If you give me another chance." And in hell, you have your memory of everything that happened in this life. And you say, "Well, How do I get to God? I'm going to tell you. You got to say, Lord, I'm a sinner. I know I'm a sinner. Please forgive me. Please come into my heart. Give me the power to say no to sin and yes to you. That's what you need. Power to overcome. Power to be free from the load that I carry every day, because sin is a heavy thing to carry around. It's a heavy thing. You got to stand up and say, no. How can I get there? I'll show you the way. Is it hard? No, it's not hard. Jesus said, put my yoke on you. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Come on, it's not a bad life. It's a good life. That no matter what happens in this world, he's taking care of you. He's preserving you. He's taking care of your family, your children. He's doing all these things. Come on, give him a chance. It's not that much to give up. Again, Jacob was alone, and he took a rock and made him a pillow out of it and laid down and went to sleep. And when he went to sleep, he saw a ladder that reached from earth to heaven. And angels were descending and ascending on this ladder. And when he come out of it, he said, my God, God is in this place. God is in this place. The thing that he saw was unbelievable. But you know what it represents? Your connection between heaven and earth. There's got to be a flow here. There's got to be a time I can talk to God and things are made different. There's got to be a time I'm not the same person no more. You know, something happened to me. He got up out of that place. He said, whoa, God was in this place and I didn't even know it. He'll be with you. He'll strengthen you. He lifts you up. You feel happy when everybody else is down, worried about their problems, trying to get through it. You're not down. We all have problems. We all have issues. And being a Christian does not take away issues from you. You have issues. But I tell you what, she sung the song this morning, where do I go to? Where do I run to? I go to the rock, which is Jesus. And he makes a difference in my life. I don't have to bear burdens alone. I don't have to walk this path alone. I got somebody here to help me get through it. He wants to help you to get through it. This is a good life if you want it. If you want it. Every person that God ever used to wrought miracles or do different things in ministry, they had a place of solitude. You know what that is? That's the state or situation of being alone. Before a lot of things took place, Jesus went to the mountain 40 days and nights he didn't eat. And for sure, cut your phone off. And for sure, he went there. And right after that, the devil came after, but miracles upon miracles took place. That can take place in your life. If I thought this morning, for being alone just a little while here, I'm going to come out a different person. I'm going to come out a person that ain't burdened down no more. I'm not stressing life. I'm not stressing situations. I spent some quiet time. I tell my kids all the time, if you get under pressure, have some quiet time with God. Look, just get back. Give me a time. You know, even the world would take time to meditate. I don't know what they meditating about, but time out, quiet time. So I can just shut out the world. Shut it out. I remember when we went to Vegas one time, and we didn't go down there to gamble, so let me put that straight. We went to shop and to eat. And the noise in that place, I couldn't live there. That's the noisiest place beside New York. New York is crazy. But Vegas, and they got it fixed where you got to come through the casino to get to your room, because you ain't going to go around there because they're going to tempt you to gamble before you get there. And I remember thinking the noise, the music is loud, all kind of crazy music. There ain't no Amazing Grace, all crazy music. And I remember getting on the elevator thinking, I just got to get to my room. On the elevator, oh, I thought I need some quiet time. Noise. You know, the world is a noisy place. It's noisy on your job. It's noisy wherever. You got to find a place of quiet. You'd be surprised how much better you feel. If I can just shut the world out for a moment, if I just can not think about all these things, just quiet. I'm telling you, there's no way you can go there and say, God, this is what you want to tell him. You don't want to be getting quiet for a bunch of stupid crap, but God, would you please, while I'm sitting here today, touch me in an unusual way. Talk to me. So God talks to people? Yes, he does. You ain't never got quiet enough to hear it. Get quiet. I don't need to be on the phone. I don't need the TV on. I don't need nothing. I just need quiet time. I cherish that. I had 7 kids, pretty close together, except the last 3. There was noise in my house day and night. I'm going to tell Mama on you. Stop it, boy. Leave me alone. I'm going to tell Mama. Mama said, speak to him, leave me alone. Mama said, ooh. You will appreciate your quiet time, believe me. When we married the last one off, me and Charles was laying in bed that night, and I said, Pooh, listen. We both just laying there, quiet. Nobody screaming, nobody yelling. Mama, make him leave me alone. He hit me, Mama. He hurt my arm. Mama, would you please tell him to stop? He just ooh. We just laid in that bed, and I said, Charles, I live for this day. This is heaven here. They're all gone. I can't understand these parents that want their kids to live at home. Get out. Get out. Give me a break. Juana was next to the last to leave, right? Because it was Nita or Lisa. You was 2 others to go. She had a townhome. We furnished it off. We got everything pretty the way she likes and everything. I'm on vacation. I said, have you moved? No, I haven't moved yet. I said, let me put it to you like this. I said, when I get home, be out of my house. I don't want to have to constantly keep kids here. I'm trying to get rid of y'all as soon as possible. I've done enough already. I've done my job as a mother. Now get out. So when she first left, she said, Mom, it's too quiet over here. That's because she's been raised with noise. She said, it's so quiet. You need some noise. No, you don't. Quiet time. Try that this week. I want you to just go to God and say, Lord, you know what? Sister Rose told me to do this. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to ask you to come with me in my quiet time. I want you to talk to me, and I'm going to talk to you. So, well, how do you talk to God? Just like you talk to anybody. There's no special way for prayer. Words that's in your heart. What you feel, say it open to God. He's listening. He's listening. And so I sit there, come back next Sunday and tell me about it. So you know what? I had a beautiful week. You know why? Because I had time out. Time out. Time out of all this stuff. Time out of this gossiper that always comes with the next gossip she wants to talk about. No, not today. Now we got a call ID on our phone. We can see who it is and just don't even pay attention to it. Said, I called you. You did? It's on the phone here. Who is that? I don't know that number. Don't answer it. You don't have to answer every time it rings. Because some people, these people with these cell phones, oh boy. If it ain't wrong in a few minutes, they're going to raise up and see if anything's wrong with it. Lay it back down because it's got to ring. Quiet. You'll love it, honey. You'll find out, my God. And you ought to do some of that every day until you come back next Sunday. You say, I hadn't planned to come back. Come back. Okay? I just want to see, I want to hear from somebody say, you know what, Sister Rose, that works. I can't tell you how much better my week was because I took a moment with God. I'm not talking about just a moment. I'm talking about if you ain't used to praying, 15 minutes is long for you. 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour. My husband used to say to me, well, I run out of things to say after about 20 minutes. Well, then now wait there and let him talk to you. Since you run out, shut up and let God talk to you. The feeling of, you can't explain it. You can come out, the whole world's in uproar, but you're not. There's a peace inside that nobody can shake that. No matter how bad things are, no matter what the troubles are. And you get all this when you surrender to God. When you surrender to God, you get everything. I got this too. This is a package deal here. It's a package deal. The angel changed Jacob's name, and one of the meanings of that is that thou hast striven. You fought for this. So I got it now. I fought for it. What we have, we fight for it. If you want something great from God, you fight for it. You don't just sit back and say, well, I want it, and think he's going to hand it to you. How bad do you want it? If you want something really bad, we make it happen. You can make it happen. That's what you want to do. More than anything else, make it happen for you. And quit listening to all these negative people. You know what's wrong with a lot of people? They have too many negative people in their life. They don't have anybody that's talking positive about anything. You need some quiet, good people in your life. You need to change partners. You need to change the people that you call friends, that all they've ever done to you in your life was pull you down at some point. Why have somebody hanging on to you, pulling you down? I don't want that. I need all the strength I can get to stand up. So Jacob took advantage of an importunity, which simply means it's when you beg, please do this for me. I need you, God. Importunate it describes a plea that is so persistent, or so demanding, that it becomes annoying and causing irritation sometimes. You know, when the woman went to the unjust judge, she got on his nerves. She kept saying, could you help me? The judge said, get this woman out of here. And she leaves and she comes back. I need you to help me. He said, give this woman what she wants. Least her continual coming worries me. My son was that way, persistent. He is to this day. I was trying to get him away from it when he was young because he drove me crazy sometimes. He said, Mama, the little old tiny thing. Mama, could I have a cookie? No, David, you cannot have a cookie. Mama, can I have a cookie? No, you can't. Mama, can I have a cookie? No. Mama, please give me a cookie. Just keep bothering me. I'm trying to do some other things. He's still talking about a cookie. It's working my nerves about now. You want a cookie? Here. Take it. Now get out of my face. Get out of here. And he be just as at peace. He get his cookie, going out the room just as happy. He was not going to take no for an answer. That's the way you have to be when you go to God. I am going to keep going back and say, God, I need you. I need you in my life. I can't make it by myself. Would you help me? Yes. But it's going to require some effort, some strength, some struggles and fights. But as long as I get what I want, it's all worth that. Everybody that ever went to the Olympics and won a gold medal, they went through some struggling to get there. They said the Williams girl, Serena, and her sister, they have to practice, I think she said, sometimes 16 hours a day. Practicing hitting that ball. See, that's the most boringest thing I ever seen in my life. Popping a ball up against tennis, I'm not the one. My husband liked to play golf. I'm not the one to go out there and look for a place to run a ball into a little hole. I mean, I got more things to do in my life than that. You call that exciting? It's not exciting. You say, hey, boo, I did 18 holes today and come and try to tell me what is all this golf talk? I said, what does that mean? Well, such and such a thing. And I showed interest because he's my husband. I said, honey, that's really nice. You want to go down there with me sometime, Rose? No, I wouldn't care to do that. I will be bored to tears. I'm not going to look for a hole to put a ball in. I got enough issues already. I don't have time. But it was relaxing to him. He enjoyed that. My other son, Lamont, he likes to play tennis. He loves playing tennis. More power to you. Mama, I'd like to take you one day. I said, baby, that's not going to happen in this life. And there ain't going to be a second one. So, no, that's not going to happen. I'm going to play tennis. I don't want that. That's not me. Listen, you know what is wrong with man? He is afraid to be alone. You know, some people marry somebody just because they say, I don't want to be alone. You don't marry nobody for that reason. Because the person you marry may die before you. So what are you going to do? Keep on marrying. Everybody dies and you're still here. I'm a lonely person. People that experience loneliness oftentimes experience depression. They go together. I just feel by myself. I just feel there's nothing to do with my life. I need somebody. Don't we always go around looking for somebody and end up with the wrong somebody? Go after Jesus. He's going to make the difference in your life. You don't have to worry about him having an affair. Where is he at? He didn't come home to midnight. Where is he at? He looked like he was flirting with somebody. Forget you. I got other things to do with my life. I can't spend my time concerned about you. The relationship with God is the most easiest relationship in the world because it's so quiet, it's so peaceful. God is never going to be in a nervous state. He knows what's going on. He's in control of time and everything. So if I need more time, all I got to do is go to him. He's in control of everything. Come on, you got to make up in your mind. Quit running to these different places trying to fill this void in my life that is a God void. That's where he's supposed to live. You say, I don't know what it is. I just feel this feeling of not being fulfilled. Get God. When he comes in, he's so big, he fills up all of it. There ain't no need for a whole bunch of other stuff because I am content. I am full. My husband's been gone for 25 years now. And you know what? I can truly say, I don't know of a time that I felt lonely. I felt pain that he wasn't here. The things that we shared together for 34 years, I went through a lot of pain. At some point, 8 years went by before I finally healed of that. 8 years. The pain was uncomprehendable. I prayed to die because God didn't let me die. As you can see, I'm still here 25 years later. And Lord, I'd just like to come on home to heaven. Go ahead and talk, Rose. I'm just talking to him. He ain't saying a word. You're not coming to heaven, Rose. Just settle down, girl. You're going to be here a little while. Yeah. When I settled down and let it go finally and just said, I just want to be at peace. I don't want this pain that nothing takes away but God. After 8 years, he took it away. Could it have come sooner? Yes. But I was the type of person that don't turn loose things easy. That be good or bad. I don't turn loose things easy. Sometimes that serves for your good. Sometimes it doesn't. Now, when it comes to holding on to God for something, I'm going to do that. But in a situation like that, I had a time trying to let go of it. But you know what? If I didn't have God, I would have never made it. I can tell you I would not have made it. Because you can literally die from that kind of grief. Literally. Except God says, no, I need you here to preach for a while longer. He's in heaven with the Lord. I want him to the Lord years before he died. What do? I fight. I preached his funeral on Thursday. I preached on Sunday. Was it easy? No. I preached with the pain, not without it. But you know what? All the things that I've learned through this process of pain and grief and all of that, I learned enough to pass on to someone else and say, you know what? You may have the pain, but he never leaves you. He's always there. He's there to touch you, to strengthen you, and let you be able to go to the pulpit and preach a message in spite of. You need God in this world. There's too many things that we're going to confront day after day. You need him. Say, God, I'll give up everything just to have you. You ever had somebody ask you, what would you do? What is it, something that you want bad enough that you would do anything to get it? And it's never God. It's always, I'd give up everything to be a millionaire. Well, you're not going to be a happy one. It's not going to happen. There's no joy just in having money. Where does the joy come from? From God. All the money in the world don't make you happy. Look at the people who kill themselves constantly. If money was the answer, they wouldn't kill themselves. But we always think if we had this particular thing, it would make a difference in my life, and I would be happy if I just had that. If I just could meet my Prince Charming. They don't exist. Prince Charming? You think somebody going to spend their life trying to charm you? Man is about himself. Every married couple I ever counseled with, it was about what the other one didn't do for me and what she didn't do for me and what I didn't do for her. That stuff really sucks. You know why? Because, baby, look, I'm trying to get some things done. I'm trying to go through some things. I'm trying to take care of some situations. I can't be here petting you every time you do a little whining, a little whimpering around here. You ain't going to get all this care. It'll go for a while. He'll open up the door for you before you get married. Yes. Just come on, honey, you just get married. He's ahead of you. Go get in the car and sit down. You still trying to come. Stuff's going to change, honey. That's a fantasy. It's not going to go on forever. There's never going to be a time that you're just blindly in love. You're going to start seeing some stupid things about this person. Take a look. Charles made me so mad one day because I don't like to talk. He don't like for me to talk loud. And I respected that. If you got something to say, Rose, keep your voice down. So I'm on the phone talking to somebody, and he comes down. I said, honey, you got to listen to what I'm telling you. I said, Rose, I'm not shutting up. I'm on the phone. I'm thinking, you need to get out of my room. He going, oh, you want me to shut up? Not shutting up. Just keep. I said, Charles, I said, hold on, please. Would you wait till I get off the phone? No, I'm going to say what I got to say. He was, oh. Then he said, he had on his robe, walk across the floor, them little tight black legs. And I looked up, and all of a sudden, I saw myself turn into a cat and say, except I never turned into a cat. I thought, just shut up. Now, don't loud talk him, please. If you're in the store, if you're anywhere, Rose, keep your voice down. When we got from Germany, we went to get a brass bed. And I loved that bed. He kept whispering, I don't think we can afford that. I said, I'm getting this bed. I don't think we can afford it. I said, I'm getting the bed. I said, Charles, back up. He said, Rosa. I said, back up. So I know he's getting ready to shut up because I'm getting loud. Back up. I'm going to buy this bed. All of a sudden, he backs up. I get my bed. Hey, I'm happy. But you know what? He used to look at me and say, why are you always happy? I said, because I got God and you don't have it. Well, Rose, if I ever become a Christian, I want to be just like you. I said, well, that's what you have to be. He gave his heart to the Lord, great guy. He was even great unsaved. When he made me mad, I told him about himself and went on. But When he didn't have God, he was always worried about what might happen, what could happen. I said, y'all, I don't live my life yesterday in tomorrow. I live today. That's why some of y'all are so miserable. You try to fix your life where everything is in control today for tomorrow. It doesn't happen. You can't control tomorrow. Quit worrying about it. Enjoy today. You know what? I don't know what we're going to eat tomorrow. I'm preaching a mess about that. Boy, that's going to get people. We spend more of our time talking about what we're going to eat. What we're going to eat. No matter what's going on, what we're going to eat. Get up in the morning, what we're going to eat. Lunchtime, what we're going to eat. Dinner come, what we're going to eat. Well, that's going to tear y'all apart up in here. Take a look at this. He said, don't take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, what you shall drink, what you shall put on. Quit worrying about all this stuff. Now, when you come to him, you put the worried stick down, no more. I'm not going to be worried about anything. I'm taking it one day at a time, and your life is rich. Listen what David said. He said, my heart is sore pain within me, and the terrors of death are falling upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. And I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest. Lo, then would I wander far off and remain in the wilderness. If I could just get away. You know how many people just say, if I just had a moment. If I just could get away from everything for a moment. With God, you can do that. But David said, if I had the wings of a dove, I'd fly. Except we don't have the wings of a dove. You're not going to fly. Don't try that one. Looking for a way to get out of something. And, you know, you're not Superman. Superman didn't fly either. Jeremiah said, oh, that my head were water, my eyes a fountain of tears. I would weep day and night for the slaying of the daughters of my people. I would weep for them. And oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they be all adulterers and assembly of treacherous men. These are wicked people. My people are wicked. I just would like to get away from it. But God comes on the scene and gives us a break and take us in his arms and loves on us and let us know it's going to be all right. Calm down. People get in panics too much over situations. But if you want to have all these good things, peace, happiness, joy, love, all these things, it comes with a price. How much you willing to pay? See, I need to think about that one. If you have to think about it, you're in a bad shape already. But no, I want that in my life. I don't care what it costs. I want that. You know, if you want something real bad that you've really been looking at and you want it bad, you stop thinking about the cost. You start saying, I just want it. I'll sacrifice. I'll do what I have to do to get it. What about for your soul? That's what you do. I sacrifice whatever it takes to get it. You'll never, never, never regret it. 26 years old I was when I gave my heart to the Lord. I have not regretted a day. I am now 73 years old, and I'm happier than I've ever been. Nothing takes it away. It is joy unspeakable and full of glory. You can have that. Make it up in your mind. I'm going to change my life. Make it up today. See, I think God was talking to me today. He wants to make me happy. He wants to make me fulfilled. He wants to give me joy. He wants to give me peace of mind. That I can rest at night. That I'm not tossing and turning and got to get a shot of something, some booze, or some drugs, or something just to relax, man. At the end of the day, it's not going to fix it. When you get through drinking that crap, at the bottom of it is all your trouble still there. You're not going to get rid of it. Cast your cares on him, for he cares for you. This is a big package, and it holds so many good things for all of us, but we got to pay for it. That means I got to have a life of self-denial. But the self-denial seems like nothing compared to what you get in return. Well, our musicians and singers, please come forward. And you sitting there this morning saying, Sister Rose, I wish I could be happy. I wish my life was full. I really wish that everything was going great. Well, it can. It can go great for you. It did for me. It did for others in this building this morning. So if you want to change it around, you can change it. You can turn it today. Don't let nobody tell you it takes God a long time. No, it takes you a long time to make up in your mind what you want to do. That's what it takes a long time for. Yeah. But it won't continue to go that way. He wants to help you. You want to be happy? Come on, be happy. Boy, it's exciting. No matter what's going on in the world, I'm still happy. No matter what my circumstances are, I'm still happy. No matter what the situation is, I'm still happy. Because God is helping me to get through it, and I feel good about it. Would you please stand to your feet if you want prayer this morning? We're here to pray for you, to help you, to show you there's a way out of your situation. But it won't work for you if you're not willing to pay the price for it. It will change your life forever. You'll never be the same.
Come just as you are. Oh, hear the Spirit call.
Glory be to God.
Come just as you are.